Good morning. Hope you're doing well. You are tuned in to Viewpoint right here on KTVB. Already in the second week of the year, 2024, off to a quick start. And by the second week of the year, I mean the second month of the year. In the education world, though, in the 2024 spring semester, we are approaching halfway done. And Idaho is in a unique spot. More and more people are moving to the Gem State, but the workforce is having a hard time keeping up. There are major in-demand careers that Idaho needs to develop in the near future, but there is a plan to address that in action as we speak, as a matter of fact. And a key part of that, getting our Idaho students ready through education programs to get into the workforce using innovative programs at places like community colleges. And a big part of that is the College of Western Idaho, which brings us to our guest this week, the president of CWI, Gordon Jones, hired in 2022 following the retirement of Burt Glandon. Welcome back to Viewpoint. Thank you for being here, President Jones. I think for starters, as you and I were talking before the program, what is the College of Western Idaho? I know over the last several years it's really evolved.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Joe, for having me. A lot of folks don't realize College of Western Idaho is a very young institution. We may have heard of it, we know it exists, we may even like it, but we're located, primary campus is in Nampa. We have about 100 acres there. 15 years old, and yet we're serving over 31,000 learners. And for most people, when they hear that, they go, wow, I didn't know that already in such a short period of time, so many people were benefiting. CWI does a lot of what we call affordable, employable education. We're focused on meeting needs of anyone from high school through, we call it lifelong learning. So adult learners, people looking to get reskilled, upskilled, traditional age students, they might want to go on to a 4-year, they might want to go right to work. But most of what we do pays $50,000 to $100,000 in the marketplace, and very few, no degrees except nursing costs more than $10,000. So we think of it as truly affordable, employable education that's serving lifelong learners.
And it's really a practical institution in the sense where there's a really direct mission of get in here, we're going to get you the skills you need. And I remember talking with other associates at CWI, they say, our goal is to get people out the door here and get them into the workforce. We don't want them hanging around forever.
Yeah, I mean, we're unabashed about knowing that people turn to us for a reason. They turn to us often for a purpose. So many people, when we talk to them, when we survey, it's ultimately saying college is something I want to use to do blank, and blank is almost always around employment. It's either get a skill, it's get a trade, or I need this to open up access to jobs where I need a college degree, or a certification around career technical education. We offer over 121 programs. I couldn't list them all, we'd run out of time, but you name it, from the workforce to trades to more white collar related jobs. At the end of the day, I always like to say CWI grads are powering the Treasure Valley.
Yeah, and I guess let's circle back to, the concept I talked about at the top of the program, this idea that Idaho is growing really quickly, but the workforce is not growing as quickly. We see a lot of talented labor or talented students that go outside of Idaho, but CWI is part of this push through the governor's office and really with the whole community to fix that. Tell me a little bit about how CWI is working with this Idaho Launch Program.
Sure. I mean, I don't need to remind any viewers that when we have to wait months for either a tradesperson or wait for the supply chain, we know our employers are telling us across the board we need the right skilled folks for the right jobs. Community colleges like CWI are great because 98% of those 31,000 learners are actually from Idaho. These are local individuals living within the Ada, Canyon, surrounding county areas. Launch is really this recognition that how do we give people a little bit of a boost to lower that barrier, to help them get the training, to get into those roles that can help power the valley in these shortage areas. So this is something from the governor's office. We certainly support it from CWI's standpoint. The idea that any individual high school graduate can receive $8,000 over 2 years that represents 80% of their cost. They still have to kick in 20%. But that you can come to a place like CWI, get that career training, get those skills that can have you move into these areas. And specifically, that money is eligible for certain programs we offer and other public higher ed institution and higher ed offers that covers these in-demand jobs. And those are specific career areas that are called out, and the governor's office has called those out. It's been a tremendous interest from the community. We have thousands of Idahoans who've already signed up. And I know at CWI, we believe we will be the direct path for them and effectively lower costs while increasing the skill set that we have. And Idahoans powering Idaho, that's what it's about.
And when we talk with the governor about this, it's so interesting because, you know, the Workforce Development Council and the in-demand careers, they go through and they rank, okay, these are the top 10, 15, 20 jobs that Idaho needs right now. And they can get that out to high schoolers. And we've heard from some of the high schools around Idaho that the teachers and the students are excited because it gives them something to work for. When they get to CWI and they get into the programs, what type of reception do they have when young students or new students are getting their hands on and they're working towards something concrete?
Well, I always like to say CWI as an institution, we are designed around the student. What does that mean? I think anybody can say that, but from our standpoint, first and foremost, we're an open access institution. What that means is we're prepared to handle anybody and anyone. We don't pride ourselves on how many students we exclude. We actually are focused on including as many people as possible, the power of human potential. So you could technically have a fourth grade education even, and we have ways we can ladder up and get you to that degree or that workforce area you need. It's also about frequency of classes. We start classes every 8 weeks, not on a traditional semester basis. The complexity of life, if people are working and want to get reskilled, or that high school senior wants to work while also continuing to get that degree, we can accommodate you with shorter cycle classes. All of our advisors are used to counseling students like these launch students and their ability to come, and all of our faculty are used to classrooms with any age and stage focused on that applied area. Launch is specifically, when you offer 121 programs like we do, those are programs that virtually hit most of those open jobs that you mentioned from the Workforce Development Council. So from a program standpoint, we're also very well suited for launch. We're designed for students that would be supported by launch. We offer the programs. We think we are a phenomenal choice, and we let students kind of pick where they find the right fit for them.
Something you and I were able to connect on in 2023, and we've gotten a lot of great excitement about this, 4-year degrees, some specific ones at the College of Western Idaho. We know the College of Southern Idaho did it as well. Tell me about what 4-year degrees are available at CWI and kind of what is the benefit of having this, I guess, new idea working here at CWI?
Yeah, so the state of Idaho, our State Board of Ed, very appreciative that they've recognized and stepped into this idea that community colleges are really known for affordable, employable education. That's not specific to any one degree, and recognizing that while people may think of us historically as an AA degree or a career technical education, which we love and we always do, it's not uncommon. There's over 700 degrees that are applied bachelor degrees, 4-year degrees, that are offered by community colleges around this country in 24 states. So Idaho's stepping into this trend. It's new to Idaho, but you're going to have at CWI an applied bachelor degree in business administration. We know in that Workforce Development Council, if you look in Southwest Idaho, there are over 10,000 job openings that require a business degree that has a bachelor level. We'll teach it with a career technical angle. You'll have more applied apprenticeships, internships, more hands-on. All that, I think, is great. We believe our employer community thinks that's great. At an affordability level that matches community colleges, we'll be most likely under $20,000 total. Wow. So that also opens up opportunity for folks to, we talk about debt-free education, we talk about getting a start in life. We think we're really positive on it. We think it's going to serve a certain type of student, and we're appreciative that our state board recognized that and approved us to offer it. So we're hoping in the fall of 24. There's a few regulatory filings we do, but if nothing else, it'll be January of 25.
And you mentioned, you know, there's over 31,000 students right now at CWI. I mean, what type of impact do you think this could have in terms of doubling that student base or getting more people in?
Well, I think all indicators are, I don't have to tell anybody watching the show, the Valley's been growing, the state of Idaho has been growing in population overall. We're certainly preparing for and expect that we will be serving more people in our future than fewer. So some of that's population growth, but certainly this bachelor's degree, we do expect. I mentioned 10,000 job openings. There's a lot of slots that we want to have and make available to individuals who would find this applied bachelor degree. We expect it to be about, our forecasts initially, we try to forecast conservatively, getting up to about 150 graduates. But that's a ramp up. It takes time. But I can tell you, we've already had dozens and dozens of people ask to be notified when we do open for enrollment.
I was going to ask you that because with Idaho Launch, with the 4-year degrees, when we cover them here on KTVB, the emails and the messages we get with the questions, the interest, I can only imagine what you guys get when these things start to roll out.
Yeah, we have received many emails, and ironically, we're not currently in a position to actually go out and market or advertise, make people aware of these degrees, other than through news conversation shows or press, because we do need to file this with the Department of Education, and you're just some of those reasons why you're not allowed to go do that. So if we're getting the dozens and dozens and dozens of inquiries, imagine, I can tell you, I think it bodes well for interest in this valley, and it reflects the need that people have for this type of degree at this level of affordability.
There's got to be the excitement, I would imagine, from your office and the administrators working on it, building a new program, building something that needs to work because, as we mentioned, the community needs to fill jobs.
Well, I continue to say community colleges are some of the most adaptable institutions in higher ed, and I've worked across a number of different institutions in different geographies. Community colleges are so clearly designed exclusively around students. We're not a research institution. We focus at the undergraduate level. All those variables help us stay very focused on the individuals who are coming to us for that freshman, sophomore, or maybe with this bachelor's degree, junior, senior year. But we're also known for being very connected to the community. I only think about the 10 counties that make up Southwest Idaho. I think about the employers, and I know our faculty, our staff do as well. So adaptability also looks like partnerships and curriculum. And we work very closely with industry to make sure that the degrees we're working on have that employment at the end of the road. That is critical in higher ed today. If you're not talking about value, return on investment, you're missing what the vast majority of students and parents tell us they're looking for. We're a partner for those families to open those doorways to opportunity and power the economy or power the futures that make up an economy, the civic engagement, the nonprofit arenas, et cetera. So we're well suited to handle this change. The Bachelor of Applied Science is just one part of an overall portfolio of growth.
We have to take a real quick break, but when we come back, we're going to continue talking about growth and campus development for the College of Western Idaho. You're watching Viewpoint right here on KTVB.
We have some bad news and some good news about taxes today. Here to talk about it is Tyson Thacker of Boss Retirement Solutions, a 5-time winner of the Best of State Award. Tyson, what's up with taxes?
Nisha, first, the good news. And here it is. Tax rates are the lowest they've been in over 40 years. The bad news, taxes are likely to go up in the near future. And if you're not prepared for it, the retirement you've been working so hard for could be just out of reach because your IRA, your 401k, your Social Security, all of these retirement income sources, they're taxable, which means you might have a lot less to spend than you think you do. But there's a smart money move that could change all of that by converting these pre-tax dollars into tax-free dollars. How? By converting your traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth.
All right, Tyson, how does this work, and how do our viewers know if this Roth account is right for them?
Nisha, we can show you how with a free customized Roth conversion analysis. Here's how it works. We get some basic information from you, and one of our fiduciary advisors runs the numbers. They're going to show you exactly how much money you could save by converting to a Roth. Now, so many advisors are charging hundreds of dollars for a customized tax analysis. But here's the best part. We won't charge you a dime for this service.
Good to know. Thank you, Tyson. To learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire, call the number on your screen right now for a free customized Roth conversion analysis. If you've saved at least $200,000, just call the number on your screen to schedule that free analysis. There's no cost or obligation, but you must call today to get on their calendar. It is from Boss Retirement Solutions. They've helped thousands of families save on taxes when they retire, and they could help you too.
Welcome back to Viewpoint. Our guest this week, CWI President Gordon Jones. President Jones, I'm going to try again. We're in the second month of the year, now that I fixed that. Here early in 2024, though, we know that there's going to be a lot of growth here in the Valley. And as CWI continues to grow, what does campus development look like here in the near future and the distant future?
Well, one of the things about CWI that I've referenced earlier is at 31,000 learners and only 15 years old. That is, in the landscape of higher ed, a very large enrollment and frankly, one of the top 100, 200 enrollments for community colleges nationwide in only 15 years. So we are in the process of actually, some people think, oh, are you going to expand your campus? Well, we're actually establishing our campus. We have off of Garrity Boulevard in Nampa, roughly 100 acres, just north of the Ford Idaho Center, people may know of. A wonderful central location, but it's frankly mostly grass fields with one academic building. We're eager to have that space be a co-located learning place. And so we're making significant investments in partnership with the state to build out our health sciences building, 40 acres for ag and horticulture, which feeds a robust vertically integrated ag economy in this state. We're going to have a student learning hub where you can meet with those counselors, have the library right there. Ultimately, I want a place where a student can come, park their car or ride the bus and spend their afternoon in classes. Today, we're full of leased space throughout the valley. And I had a parent recently tell me their son loves CWI. He's taking 3 classes, but he has to get in his car and drive to 3 different buildings, each 10 to 20 minutes apart. And while I love the thriftiness of figuring out those lease spaces that occurred over the last 15 years, that leads to anonymity, and we don't want that anywhere in higher ed. We want people to make sure that they can be known, and this campus investment in Nampa is going to be significant. We also own space in downtown Boise.
Oh, yeah.
11 acres here off of Whitewater in Maine. That's going to be the kernel of our Boise Center location. It's going to have a building that houses our business and technology programs. We think that location is ideal given some of the location of our business headquarters, the opportunity for internships, some of our technology degrees in cyber that partners in with Boise State. The closeness of those 2 locations is helpful as well. All told, it's a significant investment, but it's actually built on proven numbers. We're not building without students. We're building to actually fill the students we have and be prepared for that growth. I'm big on being a good steward of this entity. We are educating 31,000 students on a roughly $80 million budget. That is a fraction of what 4-year institutions operate on. They have broader missions, but fundamentally, that is an incredibly well-organized, efficient, I dare say efficient, use of resources in a world, and this campus is going to be a part of that story.
And I know that Boise campus is something that people have talked about a lot for years. I know 2015, 2016, a lot of excitement got ramped up. COVID, of course, did a lot to businesses across the entire country, as we know. But when you talk about putting like this hub in Boise, and we established earlier in the interview, almost all the students are from this area. We know how popular Boise is. We know that young people love to come here. Do you, I guess, have this idea of an explosion of a student growth in the sense that if someone doesn't want to go to Boise State or it's not for them, coming to College of Western Idaho, right in the heart of Boise, I mean, that could be very attractive from students across the country.
Well, I know that I believe that you look at our 4-year public institutions and the CWI or the community colleges, I think we're a strong ecosystem. We serve a lifetime of learning. So the overlap, while there may be some, it's not as high as some people may think. So the Boise campus absolutely is designed to serve and we expect it to grow, and we have a learning space that will be there that can accommodate us for years to come. But fundamentally, it is a story of growth. It's a story of recognizing that you have to be prepared for that. Trying to chase growth is never a good idea. I have a spouse who's in the healthcare industry, and there's a saying, you don't want to chase pain with pain relievers. You want to get ahead of pain. And I'm a believer that principle applies in many things. It's hard to do in often public sector work, but it's the responsible thing to do because we're going to need those folks, just like we said, workers, workplace. We're commissioned and sponsored by the citizens of Ada and Canyon County. Having a presence in both downtown Boise and Ada County and Nampa campus in Canyon County is also integral to our identity and our very sponsorship. So we think it's a good idea. We think it's a forward-thinking idea, and we think it's going to serve well the population.
And I know that, you know, the heart of that campus where the concept is in Boise, I mean, you can just imagine a gorgeous facility there right around the river. I mean, people going over to the parks. If I wanted to pick a place to go to college here, that would basically be the description of it. I mean, it has everything there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of great places to go. I love the location. I've always said that we are a pure, where we spend our money is on the classrooms. And we have a partnership model on that Boise campus that has some additional partnership. There'll be some housing there, some wonderful retail. We're going to see as we go what that is, but we have the right partners in BVA that I think are going to lead to a wonderful addition to that revitalized west end of Boise. So it's going to be beautiful, but beautiful classroom space. Viewers may not know, we don't do dorms at CWI. I don't have rec centers.
Yeah.
I don't have flag football leagues. The money that's spent is on first-rate teaching facilities. I'll stand behind that all day long. We want that because it helps our students understand and become better prepared to power our companies, our city halls, any entities that we're a part of. And so that Boise campus is going to be special, but so is Nampa.
We are short for time, unfortunately, but I did want to get to this real quickly. When you're going through College of Western Idaho programs, we're seeing this hands-on experience. What has stuck out to you in terms of something of, that looks cool, I wish I could go get my hands on that?
You know, I'm going to take your question as if I could go back and do something. I'm particularly interested in metal welding.
Okay.
I got to tell you, I walked through our career technical facility. We do light robotics in partnership with Micron and some of our other manufacturers. We do partnerships in our auto tech. We've just kicked off electric vehicle technician training with Tesla and Rivian trained, certified technicians. Great opportunities, but metal welding to me it's used in art forms, it's used functionally, it's an incredibly employable field. I also like kind of merging things, and I just like using things with my hands. I've always loved to apply theory with how do you actually do it, and metal welding has just always captivated me.
Have you gotten to go hands-on?
I've been real close to hands-on. They kind of won't let me yet until I get certified, but I'm right there. I know it's tick and tack, and some of the methods they teach are all very, I probably got that wrong, by the way, for those that know metal welding, but I'm certainly intrigued. I got other ones. Power sports is another one. Someday I may own a motorcycle. We'll see.
Okay. Well, Gordon Jones, the president of the College of Western Idaho, thank you so much for being here. Our time flew by. We will have you back soon, but we do have to take a break. We will wrap up Viewpoint right after this.
If your garage has become a breeding ground for bugs and pests, it's time to call A1 Garage Door Service. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today.
Buy more, save more during the fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. And check out doorbusters while they last. Plus, get 6 years no interest financing. But don't wait. The fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
After 25 years in business, Dollar Loan Center is thrilled to be open in Idaho. We offer signature loans up to $5,000 in minutes. No application fees or prepayment penalties, and you only pay interest for the time you have the loan out. As a matter of fact, your first week's worth of interest is on us just for giving DLC a try. We're here to earn your business, Treasure Valley. Find us or apply online at don'tbebroke.com. It's free to apply, and your first loan is on us.
It's quality on sale every day at Easy Chair Plus and Mattress on West Eustic Road. You'll find the largest selection of lift chairs in many sizes with many features. Ready for a new mattress? Budget-friendly, perfect fit pillows and mattresses for the whole family are at Easy Chair Plus. Premium luxury mattresses are a bargain hunter's dream. Enjoy pain-free, healthier, happy living with a new massage chair from Easy Chair Plus. Sit right in a new recliner. Always check Easy Chair Plus and Mattress on Eustic Road.
If your garage has become a breeding ground for bugs and pests, it's time to call A1 Garage Door Service. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today.
Valentine's Day this past week, and nothing says Valentine's Day quite like a love letter. But putting those feelings into words, maybe not an easy task. And like the love they represent, the good ones stand the test of time. A handful of those letters actually ended up in the Warhawk Air Museum in Nampa. They have a full collection of love stories told through the mail between soldiers and their wives back home. But the 208's Andrew Bartline shows us it's what one soldier took home that's keeping his love story alive.
There's something rugged, something tough about the Warhawk Air Museum.
War, planes and guns.
This time of year,
Masculine kind of an environment.
there's something different.
Honey, how are you? Gee, I had a lump in my throat and wanted to tell you things, but I knew I would have started to cry. I'm going to miss you more than I ever dreamed. I love you. Boy, I feel sort of silly writing it, but I want you to know it. Answer as soon as possible. Always yours, Lefty.
Though Doug Rutan says everything's written
They make me emotional.
perfectly right.
You can picture what they're going through.
A snapshot in time for men who left a lot unsaid.
My dad never talked about it to me, and it wasn't till through the Warhawk that he started telling the stories. You think of war and you have kind of negative thoughts, but there was a lot of love. If they didn't have that support from home, I think it would have made their job a lot harder.
'Cause distance makes the pen
Hello, darling.
grow fonder.
I hope you're doing okay. I'm feeling all right. To be with you would make a great improvement, though. I was just staring at our wedding picture and reminiscing those moments. What beautiful memories. Well, darling, let's keep our chins up and may God watch over us both. Love always, your husband, Johnny. P.S. It was swell of you giving blood, but don't be too generous.
Their escape captures us today.
This guy's really good.
But Doug's here
Loving man.
for Dad.
Leonard Rutan. If he would have been sitting here in my place, he would have had a hard time getting through it.
52 years of marriage.
After Mom died,
Leonard wasn't far behind.
2009, he was 92 years old.
But today, they're closer than you think.
Representative of a love story, a war love story.
One not told through the mail.
I don't have love letters because my dad didn't meet my mom till he came back from the war in 1945. And so they started dating and then they got engaged, but they didn't have much money. My dad brought back Japanese parachute from Japan.
Made for war.
Yeah.
Repurposed for love.
Mom was married in it, and you never know what that parachute saw, if anything, but yeah, it's
What we do know
amazing.
is it saw the best side of humanity.
There's other sides to war.
Because if all is fair, you can take it with you.
That silk just stayed as pure white, and my mom was a petite little thing, and she just looked beautiful in it.
Warhawk Air Museum has a full Valentine's display set up over there at Nampa. It includes a lot of those love letters, so get out there, go take a look. But that parachute dress, it is front and center in the display case, and Doug says he's honored that it'll be preserved for his family. Well, thank you so much for your time here on Viewpoint. Again, thanks to our guest, Gordon Jones, president of the College of Western Idaho. We are going to wrap it up right here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time.